All right, we're here with Mike Arnstein, the founder of the Woodstock Fruit Festival. He's an awesome ultra runner. Oh yeah, you gotta get the glasses in the air. And yeah, he runs like 100 miles at a time, and he does it fast. He does like 5-6 minute miles in that 100-mile space.
6 minute miles.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
5 minute mile. Never did that yet.
I swear I saw it in there. One of the Garmin things.
I can run 100 miles. I'll be right back, Mike.
Dude, fast. I mean, I could do 1 mile at that time and then cash out. I'm done. So, yeah, I wanna know, how did you get started with this whole thing?
Well, I think I was like most people. I was looking to get fitter. I was concerned about my long-term health, and I read a lot of books, tried a lot of different diets. I was doing the protein powder thing for a long time, trying to lose weight, trying to, just look good.
And you broke your leg doing that too.
Yeah, I did super high protein diet, Atkins, on whey protein and vegetable protein before I found 80-10-10, and I tried that, and I'm still doing it because it's working.
And what are some of your best times for running?
Well, when I got into the diet, I was really trying to break 2 hours 30 minutes in the marathon. My previous best time was 2:45, and then after getting into 80-10-10 and Fruitarianism, I got down to 2:28 in New York. I broke 2:30 a number of times, and then I went to ultra running. I got really good at ultra running. I finished I finished top 5, top 3 in some of the hardest ultras in the country. I have eventually put myself on the top 10 list at the 100-mile distance as an American, so I'm on the top 10 all time. My best time is 12 hours 57 minutes. That's a 7:45 per mile average for 100 miles.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've run the Badwater 135 mile through Death Valley in 120 degrees. So I've done everything out there, every major race. I was racing 25 to 30 major races a year, so almost every weekend.
And you raced Dean too, Dean Carnaz?
Yeah, I mean, I ran Badwater with Dean 1 year. I did the Spartathlon in Greece. I became friends with Dean Carnassus. He's people started noticing, and it was like, wow, this guy could do this stuff, eating fruits and vegetables. Yeah, that's spreading the message like you are with weightlifting.
Yeah, you did some weights too. I want to throw that at the end.
I can run all day. You can just pick everything up that Anyway.
So what's an average day for food for you?
Well, right now, I'm not a competitive runner, although I do work out and exercise. When I was a competitive runner, I was probably eating 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day. I was eating tons of high water content fruits, whatever's in season. So in the wintertime, I was juicing, probably a gallon of fresh orange juice. In the summer times, I was eating, whole watermelons, tons of figs, whatever's in season, grapes. Just there's so much variety. It's just endless. Now, not as a super crazy ultra runner, just running 40 miles a week, and I live in Hawaii now. I do a lot of outrigger canoe stuff. I'm probably eating 3,000 calories a day.
Well, what's your favorite fruits in Hawaii?
It's tough question. The papaya that I get in Hawaii is it's on another level. So right now I'm probably eating 50% of my calories in Hawaii. Just had a papaya, then tons of greens.
And you get truckloads.
Yeah.
You go to the farmer, you're like, just fill up my truck.
Yeah. I eat at least 100 pounds of papaya a week right now. And it cost me $40 in Hawaii, so
that's cheap. It's $3 for papaya.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you're doing this diet, eventually you just kind of gotta just put up the white flag and be like, all right, I'm moving to the tropics because,
the cost and then,
the cost and the quality. But you can do it. I did it in New York. It was awesome. I mean, you gotta make the extra effort. It's totally possible.
Yeah, I do it in Chicago. I spend about $7-11 a day. That's what the average American does. So even sometimes on a meal, they'll spend $11. So
yeah, that's right. Health. You got to invest in your health.
And a big question I get on the side is how many calories do you get? So how many calories do you think you get?
I mean,
on average.
Right now I probably eat 3,000. But if I'm doing a big workout day, or if the durian's good, or something's fantastic, I'll just eat it just for pleasure, and I'll go over the 3,000 calories. And doing that has put on a little bit of weight. I'm not, I used to be solid 10 to 15 pounds heavier than I am right now.
Yeah.
But that's when I was doing tons of exercise. So you can gain weight eating this way, but
yeah, it's hard to do.
It's hard to do. You know, relatively speaking. You know, when I'm a competitive runner, you know, I'm always trying to be as light as possible. But by most people's standards, like they wouldn't call me like heavy right now.
But the average person's like 40 pounds heavier than us.
Yeah.
You know, average American. So
you can, you know, just eat as much as you want and on raw fruits and vegetables, and it's just like awesome.
Oh yeah, I love it. That's the main thing. I just love to eat, man. I could eat like 5 pounds of watermelon.
Awesome.
And I was gonna ask you, do you take any supplements or anything?
When I was living in New York, I did have a low B12 reading, and I was taking supplementation of B12. I did that after being on this diet for about 3 years, and I think that's mainly because I was eating conventional produce. I wasn't eating a lot of, or almost no organic. Now living in Hawaii, I eat like almost all organic, and I don't take any supplements at all anymore. And my B12, I mean, I haven't had any issues, so things are going good.
We got some.
What's up, Mike?
We got some mudmans. Hey,
this is what happens when you come.
I know exactly. Chris, how long you been doing this diet? 10 years. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
this is what happens.
Oh, they're doing a video.
Yeah,
See you guys.
yeah. See, our skins are turning brown.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah. And let's talk about Hawaii.
Yeah.
Woodstock Fruit Festival, Hawaii. What's gonna happen? What's that about?
Well, here in New York, we got the Fruit Festival. It's 2 weeks long, and this is like a micro, like intensive community going on where there's education, there's socializing, there's exercise, there's just the spiritual side of it, and we want to do the same thing in Hawaii in a tropical environment where we're getting everything local for food, but it's not going to have an education component.
I would just go for food.
Yeah, it's going to be about, you know, experience things that you don't need to learn. Experience things that we just innately thrive on. So, you know, it's like learn without having to talk and without having to listen. Just feel the education around you, just being in a beautiful environment that we thrive in.
Are we gonna get some Rollenia?
We're gonna try, man.
Have you tried that?
I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but you know,
we're
gonna pull out everything we can to bring big fruit from the Big Island and make it happen.
What's one thing that you tried there is like you never tried before?
Wow, there's a lot. I mean, avocados, like, there's like so many varieties that like every time I go to the farmer's market, I'm like, oh, I've never had one like that, and it's like a totally different food. There's like different types of coconuts. There's all kinds of different vegetables. In Hawaii, you got sea vegetables that are amazing. Sea purslane, sea asparagus, like just far out wild stuff. There's really unusual types of tomatoes that I've had there. I mean, it's just, man. Tons of stuff.
Well, I want to tell people too, you don't eat any nuts and seeds. That's one thing. You know?
I mean,
not much of them.
You can, like, coconuts, I guess, is a nut, right?
It's a nut.
But like, traditional nut seeds like pecans, you know, walnuts.
You know what? When I tell people, I'm like, I eat a fruit-based diet, and they're like, oh, do you eat nuts? I'm like, yeah, a little bit, and they're like, oh, that's where you get your protein from. But right here, he doesn't eat any nuts and seeds really at all. Once in a great while.
Yeah, and it's not like I think like I don't like on purpose avoid them, but I just don't, you know, they're addictive and they dehydrate me. I don't feel like really light and alive when I eat them. So I just stay away from them. I think they're okay to have in small quantities, but I don't, you know, high water content fruit, you know? I want to eat food that's the same composition as me, mostly water.
And how many miles are you running?
Right now I'm running like 40 miles a week. Wow,
that's just standard, right? Now, when you're doing competitions?
I was running heavy miles, like I was always over 100 miles, usually like 140 to 160.
And just every day, you're like, I'm just going to go for a 20-mile run?
Pretty much 5 days a week, I'd run 15 miles to work and 15 miles home. So I was doing like, you know, most days I was running 30 miles.
And you save some gas?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Every month I would always laugh because everybody have to wait in line at the train station to get their monthly ticket, and I'd be like, I just run by them.
That's awesome. So how would you do that? Do you like? I'm sure you have to go there, you know, stack up your office and then like all the fruit. So when you get there, you refuel. And were you sweaty at all? You know, when you come to work, hey.
Yeah, I mean in the winter not really because I just take it easy on the run. But in New York, they got fruit stands everywhere outside. So like I got real friendly with the fruit guys, and they'd bring me by boxes, and you know, New York's a great place to be a fruitarian. There's a lot of all year round. There's amazing opportunities.
Surprised in Chicago too. We even got sugarcane juice. I just found out a couple places.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that over there?
Yeah, sugarcane's good. We're gonna have that here, and also in Hawaii, we're gonna do big sugarcane in Hawaii.
And there's just not one kind of variety. There's like several.
Yep.
And I just in a couple blocks in Chicago, I tried 2 different kind of sugarcane juice, and they totally taste different. Man, I love it. So, how can people find more about you?
Thefruitarian.com, or I mean, I tell people don't find out more about me, find out more about the Woodstock Fruit Festival, because that's where
that's like a collection of people. We got people talking about raising kids on a fruit-based diet, and we got Rick Dino over here that talks about the science. You know, what happens when you cook food at a certain temperature. We got
everybody.
Yeah, we got tons of people. We got people talking. Evan Rock with Living Off the Grid, where he's collecting his own water, own electricity, solar panels, and everything.
What do you think about coming for 2 weeks versus 1?
Oh, I loved it.
It went by fast, right?
Yeah, it went by. You know, I wanted to do a whole bunch of interviews and everything, and just gone. Yeah. Oh, and the food is awesome. I gotta say one thing. You guys did such a good job at this. All the volunteers and everything. You know, we always had like food available, bananas, dates, you know, and exotic fruits, dragon fruit. That stuff is expensive. The 2 durian per each. We had a photo op with carrying around 2 durians, and that, you know, each one of those are like, you know, close to like $20.
Well, when you add in the trucking and everything, they do get pretty pricey. So but we put every dollar back into making the festival as good as it can be. Yeah, it's a big event, and it takes a lot of effort to do this. So if you guys got to come next year, you know, and sometimes you guys do this, you can just come for a day, so you don't have to go for the full week. But for me, I think 2 weeks is the way to go. That's just me. But all right, can we get a flex, man? This is Fruit and Strength. Yeah. Boom. Show him some traps. Oh, traps. I don't know. You're better at this than me, man. So when you come to Hawaii, I'm going to take you on the outrigger canoe, bro.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And we're going to catch some big swells.
Oh, yeah, dude. You got huge from last year, man.
It's all that.
It's like you're on steroids.
Just the canoe and just doing this for 2 hours.
All right. That's what we're going to do, man.
Yeah.
I want to get hella lean over there, man. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Cool.
Where can we get to see that?
What's that?
Oh, Fruit and Strength.
He's a power lifter, so he has